Osiris.
Morning, everyone. This is the Osiris Podcast Weekly Update. This is the week of April 9th. Happy Monday. We took a week off, I was traveling, so now we're back. So much going on with Osiris. Just wanted to update you. First of all, starting next week, if anyone's going to be going to the Sweetwater 420 Fest in Atlanta next week, we'll be there with Seth and Turner from Inside Out. Sweetwater, Relics, and we're going to have a tent and a bunch of stuff. We're going to have artist interviews, a raffle, a couple contests to win some signed music stuff. That's all I'll say about it now, but there'll be more info about that this week. And we'll send out a link to our landing page on the Osiris network. But Rob and Seth have been doing a lot of work getting stuff planned. There's going to be podcast interviews with artists. There's going to be hopefully some artists coming by to say hi to fans. We're going to have a ton of stuff going on. So if you're going to be at the Sweetwater 420 Fest, please do stop by. We'll be in the same area as the Relics and Sweetwater tent. It's going to be the first of many summer festival experiences that Osiris is going to create for fans. So look out for more of that, including at Curveball later this summer. So there's a lot going on in terms of the live events we're hoping to put together that basically are designed to give music fans like you all more ways to engage with the artists you love and the stuff you love listening to. So there'll be a lot more of that. In terms of podcasts, we hopefully everyone's seen the great support we've been given by Relics magazine. Every week they put out something in their newsletter, the Daily 7, which you should sign up for if you haven't already. You can go to relics.com and sign up for that. We send out an update of all the sort of most interesting and new podcast episodes through Relics. I'll just give you a quick rundown. The tour with Ted Canova, they talked with Chris Wood last week of Medeski Martin and Wood and now the Wood Brothers. Really cool interview, really interesting. Helping Friendly Podcast and Beyond the Pond both had Island Tour 20th Anniversary episodes. So if you're still kind of stuck on the Island Tour 20th Anniversary, which I actually am, even though we did a whole episode on it, you can catch up on Helping Friendly Podcast and Beyond the Pond. The Sound with Ira Haberman, he continues to put out multiple episodes a week, always good interviews. I particularly liked his interview with the bluegrass superstar Billy Strings last week. He has a couple other episodes on that. Broke Down Podcast, if you're into the Dead, features an interview that Jonathan and I actually did with the Golden Gate Wingmen, which was really, really pretty interesting here in DC. So you'll hear that interview with those guys, which include a bunch of people like Reed Mathis, Jay Lane, Jeff Chimenti, and obviously John Kadlicek. Really interesting interview. Inside Out with Turner and Seth, who will be at the 420 Fest. They talked with songwriter and guitarist Jerry Joseph, and the No Simple Road crew, always bringing interesting and good stories. They went to see Umphreys in Portland, and they have their sort of what they call trip report, which is a double entendre. So you should listen to them recap that. So those are some of the music things we have coming out. Burning Ambulance, which is a great jazz podcast. They talked with Meg Okura and Sam Newsom last week. And then there's a lot that's not music related. That's music related, but more culture stuff. Welcome to the Party Pal, which is a film and television podcast. Really good conversations there. Across the Margin, the podcast. Daddy Unscripted, of course, continues to bring conversations with dads about being dads. And then, of course, we have the Fear of a Craft Beer podcast, Fear of a Craft Beer Planet podcast. They were at the Atlantic City Beer Fest last week, and they bring a report from there. And Tom and I are actually going to be on that soon, so look out for that. And, of course, new episodes of Guitar Cast, Road to Now with Bob Crawford and Ben Sawyer, a couple new episodes of Bluest Tape for Widespread Panic fans. I was lucky enough to meet Harvey a couple weeks ago when he was in D.C., which he's a great guy. They're doing good stuff. New episode of Godween Evan last week. I'm interested, and I hope you all are having fun watching the journey of Evan as he continues to be persuaded to like Ween. Sharing a sauna with our friend Tom, who really does just share stories and conversations with people over a very, very hot sauna, which I hope I'm going to hopefully do that with him at some point soon. And then our newest podcast, Female Eccentrics, they're out with their newest episode today, Monday, April 9th. The first female-driven fish podcast. So really interesting. And Stacy from Strangers Stopping Strangers has some new stuff out as well. So almost all of our podcasts have something new this week or last. And as always, thank you for your support. A couple things you can do to support the podcast network. One is go to osirispod.com, sign up for our newsletter so we can tell you about the contests and stuff we're doing coming up. Go follow us on Twitter at OsirisPod. Go to facebook.com/OsirisPod and like our page. And then subscribe to us on YouTube so that we can keep bringing you these updates and this content. So that's it for now. I'll let you guys get back to your Monday, but thanks so much for your support, and we'll see you all out there.
Osiris.